The J-fashion community has become increasingly more toxic, and I want to talk about it. Firstly, I am noticing a huge rise when it comes to colorism, racism, fat phobia, and just being generally horrible to people who don't fit a very, very narrow, often very filtered and edited beauty standard from Asia. I'm just gonna hold your hand when I say this. You are not gonna become Japanese. You're not gonna get given a Japanese citizenship. They're not gonna see you as one of them just because you try and assimilate to what is unhealthy standards for Japanese women. Being cool and edgy isn't a new thing. Teenagers have been doing it for years. People have been edgy TM for years. And you know what ends up happening? 5, 10 years later, those tweets, those comments, the way you've behaved come back to bite you. People in the J-fashion community in the UK, in London, have a bad reputation because, spoiler alert, they were horrible in school to other people, and now people now know that they are a horrible person and have a history of being a horrible person. People in the community talk. The way that you talk to one person is the way that you talk to 10 other people. Also, another thing to be painfully clear on is that Japanese sizing is unforgiving, and they've not developed it despite the fact they've had a more diverse audience in the last 10, 15 years. It has stayed being a very, very narrow, unattainable size for the vast majority of people, not because you are plus size, even in the truest sense, but because you might have a bigger chest, broader shoulders, bigger hips. There are so many things that can construct a way that a garment can sit on you and sometimes won't fit. Just because you can't fit into a J-fashion item does not mean that you are big, and does not mean that you should be treated any differently or have different access than anyone else. There are so many genuine issues in the J-fashion community, and yet I only ever see people talk about the very, very petty, very tiny, completely insignificant ones. I don't see people actually addressing the real issue, which is how people are treating each other, especially based on their physical appearance or their skin color, which is an ongoing problem that has always existed, but for whatever reason, people feel more emboldened to do now. I see independent brands that make J-fashion items who maybe make an item that's a little bit ugly get more heat over on places like X and here on TikTok than I do people getting upset about racism, colorism, and fat phobia. Why is that? It's all polyester. It's not that important. If your idea of interacting with the community is harassing people to the point where they might harm themselves, maybe this isn't the community for you.